Hey, so I'd like to start off this video with a not so sincere apology to all of my not fans for the lack of uploads. Dawn of War addictions don't come free at a cost of time, you know. Anyway, today's mandatory learning is the Thyrrus, the true memers of 40k. No Harlequins, I am not homosexual, please go away. The Thyrrus are squidoid creatures who are most known for their one and only campaign against the Imperium, that being the Stemmavari campaign, where they assaulted the Stemmavari system, obviously, and rather than sweating and playing to win the campaign, like some losers out there, they launched assaults and plans that wouldn't result in swift tactical victories, but the absolute most flash and death and carnage and guts and bullets and cum flying everywhere. Now, you may ask yourself why these cons are needlessly expending troops and ammo and all this stuff, just for flash. Now, that's not because they're orcs, that's because they see their life as a huge performance, and it's much more interesting when people are exploding and thousands are dying by the second than when a swift tactical victory is pulled off perfectly and the enemy are crushed and the prisoners are executed. The Imperial losers, on multiple occasions, nearly won, but the generals said they only lost due to the Thyrrus pulling out some bullshit luck at the last second, which isn't expanded on, but I theorize that the Thyrrus were losing on purpose and pulled the rug out from under the Imperials at the last second to make a thrilling comeback. Nano Weapons. The Thyrrus use plasma-like weapons that shoot similar projectiles to a plasma weapon because they're plasma-like. The key difference being is that they can be any variety of colors, from plasma blue to candy pink. These clowns want to use the whole entire color spectrum. They also modify their weapons with any variety of random noisemakers and lights that activate when they pull the trigger. So to give you a picture, imagine you're a guardsman on the battlefield, right? And a yellow, a blue, and a purple light comes off from your enemy's gun, and then a laugh track plays as a lance of hot pink energy turns your upper body into a spray of sludge. Now that's comedy. Harlequins slaughtering civilians because they're the quote-unquote dark troop or whatever. Low tier meme. Thyrrus firing hot pink guns that make a laugh track when you explode into red mist. Now that's comedy. The Thyrrus also use war engines called Luminous War Machines, but there isn't any lore on them aside from the fact that they pack some heavy firepower. I'm talking squad wipe 4 Lehman Russes and then dunk on 10 Chimeras before you go down tiers of firepower. I'd imagine they're also stacked up with all sorts of wacky guns, like a missile launcher that fires missiles that upon exploding on an enemy vehicle engulfs them in hot pink fire while the Luminous War Machine releases a bonk sound effect or something. That's headcanon, by the way, just to be clear. Not the Luminous War Machine itself, like the weapon I talked about. Expanding on their concept of their entire life as a giant performance, the Thyrrus think that their god created the whole universe as a big show to entertain them. So they try to put on the most spectacular and interesting story possible for them. Dramatic battles, interesting characters, and butt-clenching politics. They have enough content in 1 hour of their species' existence to entertain all of the humans on Earth right now for a few hundred years. They're just that good at what they do, bro. The Thyrrus have three classes of troops noted on lore. A Soliquin, I don't know how to pronounce that, who act as the shock troops and frontal assault infantry of the Thyrrus. They have stronger carapace than the standard Thyrrus, by the way their carapace that covers their fleshy squiddy interior is hard enough to act as combat armor. The second troop type the Thyrrus have, and the most common, is the warrior, Thyrrus warrior, who can fly but doesn't have a strong carapace. Who doesn't have as strong a carapace as a Soliquin. They're usually used as the expendables that fight in the frontline meat grinder to cause a spectacle, while Soliquins make their way in to cause the real carnage and achieve actual objectives. Now you have the prop masters. These guys are the generals and also act as the main characters on the battlefield occasionally, achieving the dramatic objective on their own. But their overall job is to formulate exciting and spectacular battle plans that will result in the absolute most carnage and flash. There's no art of them. There's also this guy with the stick in the background of this piece of art. Now, you could be a virgin and just call it a Soliquin with a stick, but come on, we all know what it is. Thyrrus Psyker. Now, I don't have any official lore on this, but I know what it is, and I know what it is. You should know what it is, and you should know that it is now canon that the Thyrrus have Psykers, which they use to cause massive amounts of lights and death, and just generally throw a monkey wrench in the works and cause an extra moving layer of carnage and chaos and spectacle, because I know it exists, and now you know it exists, and it's canon now. And that's how canon works. And if you disagree, suck my dick and balls. Kill yourself. Anyway, in conclusion, if you think that Harlequins are 40K's biggest memers, you're mentally handicapped and don't know about anything. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, comment the video, like the video, and subscribe if you want to see videos similar to this one. See ya.